Imagine making $100,000 a month with 0 employees. Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's exactly what Dan Koe has achieved as a solo creator. Dan has built a multi-million-dollar business entirely on his own, operating at over 90% profit margins. And get this, he claims to work only 4 hours a day. So how did he do it? What's his secret formula? And is this, should I say, solopreneur model really sustainable? Well, in this video, we're diving deep into Dan Koe's business strategy, breaking down exactly how he scaled from 0 to $2.5 million a year without a team. But first, let me be clear. This isn't for everyone. Building a solo empire takes some serious skill and a lot of dedication. But if you're an entrepreneur looking to secure some extra funding for your business, be sure to stick around till the end of this video because I've got some news for you. But for now, let's get into Dan Koe's business portfolio. First up, we have brand advising and consulting. Dan offers his expertise to help clients refine their personal brands and marketing strategies. While we don't have a list of specific clients, this type of work allows Dan to stay on top of industry trends and network within influential circles. It's not just about the income, it's about staying connected and relevant in a fast-moving digital landscape. Next, we've got his digital products. These are the real moneymakers. Dan has created several online courses, including Modern Mastery, which teaches personal development and productivity. The 2-Hour Writer, focused on improving writing skills for the digital age. And Digital Economics, which breaks down how to build an online business. These products are key to Dan's success because they're scalable. He creates them once and can sell them infinitely. But Dan doesn't create solo. He's also a co-owner of MikeToon Studio, an animation agency. This diversifies his income and gives him a stake in a more traditional business model. Dan's working on 2 major projects, developing a software called Cortex and writing a book. These show he's always looking to expand his reach and create new income streams. What's impressive about Dan's portfolio is how it all works together. His consulting informs his products, which feed into his content, which attracts more clients and customers. It's a self-reinforcing ecosystem all managed by one person. But what about his revenue and profit margins? Now time to talk numbers. Last year, Dan reported revenue of $810,000. That's impressive on its own, but here's where it gets really interesting. This year, he's on track to more than triple that, projecting over $2.5 million in revenue. But revenue is only part of the story. What's truly remarkable about Dan's business model is his profit margin. He's operating at over 90% profit margins. To put that into perspective, for every $100 he makes, he's keeping more than $90. That's a level of efficiency that most traditional businesses can only dream of. So how does this break down across all his revenue streams? While we don't have the exact percentages, we can make some educated guesses based on typical creators' economics. Digital products like his online courses likely make up the largest chunk, possibly 60 to 70% of his revenue. These have extremely high profit margins once created. Consulting and brand advising might account for 20 to 30%. This is a high value work but takes more of Dan's time. His stake in MikeToon Studio and future projects like Cortex software could make up the rest. What's crucial to understand here is that Dan has built a business that scales incredibly well. As his audience grows, he can sell more digital products without significantly increasing his cost. This is the power of solo creator model when executed at a high level. Now that we've seen the impressive results, let's dive into how Dan actually built this solo empire. Dan's journey from $0 to $100K per month didn't happen overnight. It started with a crucial mindset shift. He had to break through the limiting belief that you need a team or a big company to make a big money. Dan realized that in the digital age, one person with the right skills and strategy can build a thriving business. A key part of Dan's strategy has been growing an engaged audience. He's mastered the art of creating valuable content across multiple platforms. On Twitter, he shares bite-sized wisdom and insights. His Instagram features longer-form content and visual branding. His email newsletters delivers in-depth value directly to his followers' inboxes. But Dan doesn't just rely on organic growth. He's not afraid to invest into paid growth strategies. This includes tactics like paid retweets and Instagram story shares. These help amplify his message and reach new potential followers. However, it's not just about follower count. Dan focuses on generating quality leads through authentic networking and consistently providing value. He engages with his audience, answers questions, and shares insights freely. This builds trust and positions himself as an authority in his niche. The beauty of this model is its scalability. As Dan's audience grows, so does his potential customer base for digital products. And because he's built everything around his personal brand and expertise, he can pivot and adapt quickly without needing to consult a large team. This one-person business model allows for incredible efficiency and profitability, but it also requires discipline and smart time management. Now, you might be wondering, how does Dan manage all this as a solo creator? This brings us to one of his most unique aspects of his approach, the 4-hour workday philosophy. Dan claims to only work about 4 hours a day on average. But don't be fooled, these aren't just any 4 hours. They're intensely focused, high-impact work sessions. Dan calls this monk mode. During these hours, Dan eliminates all distractions and zeroes in on the tasks that truly move the needle for his business. This might be creating high-value content, refining his products, or strategizing his next moves. But how does he manage everything else? 2 words: automations and systems. Dan has set up systems to handle much of the day-to-day upkeep of his business. This includes using tools for scheduling social media posts, automating email sequences, and streamlining customer service. By minimizing routine tasks, he frees up time for creative and strategic work. Interestingly, Dan also emphasizes on the importance of rest and reflection in his routine. He's a big advocate for walking and spending time in nature to maintain creativity and productivity. Now, it's important to note that this 4-hour workday is an average. Dan acknowledges that there are periods of more intense work, especially during product launches or when building new projects. But by keeping his baseline workload low, he has the capacity to ramp up when needed without burning out. This balance allows Dan to maintain his high-level output while also enjoying life outside of work. It's a testament to the power of focused work and smart systems in the digital age. So, what are the key factors to Dan's incredible success? Let's break them down. First, Dan has developed a set of in-demand skills. He's mastered writing, branding, and digital marketing. These skills are the foundation of his business and allow him to provide high-value services and products. Second, he creates valuable, engaging content consistently. Whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, or his newsletter, Dan is always delivering insights his audience craves. Third, he's built trust and authority with his audience. By consistently providing value and showing results, Dan has positioned himself as a go-to expert in his field. Fourth, Dan has productized his expertise. He's taken his knowledge and packaged it into scalable digital products that can be sold over and over again. And lastly, he maintains a lean business model with minimal overhead. By operating solo and leveraging technology, Dan keeps his costs low and his profit margins high. These elements combine to create a powerful, scalable business that's allowed Dan to achieve remarkable success as a solo creator, scaling beyond $1 million. But Dan isn't stopping at these first few million. He's already planning his next move to scale even further. One major project on the horizon is his upcoming book launch. This could open up new revenue streams and further cement his authority in his niche. Perhaps even more exciting is Cortex, the software Dan is developing. If successful, this could evolve into a highly valuable SaaS business, potentially dwarfing his current income streams. The challenge for Dan moving forward will be balancing his personal brand, which has been the cornerstone of his success so far. With building more sellable assets like Cortex, it's a delicate balance, but one that could lead to even greater success if managed well. So now let's recap Dan Koe's incredible journey. He's gone from $0 to $100,000 a month as a solo creator, leveraging his skills in writing and marketing to build a multi-million-dollar business with over 90% profit margins. For solopreneurs and creators out there, Dan's story is a powerful reminder of what's possible in the digital age. With the right skills, strategy, and mindset, you can build a thriving business on your own terms. If you want to learn more about Dan's methods, check out his social media and some of his products. His insights could be the key to unlocking your solo success story. Now, I know that for many of you, starting your own business might be capital, and that's where we come in. If you are looking to secure $50,000 to $100,000 in funding to kickstart your entrepreneur journey, we can help. Click the link in the description to learn more about our funding program and take the first step towards building your own solo empire. Remember, the future of business is changing. Solo creators like Dan are proving that with the right approach, one person can achieve extraordinary things. So I'm interested to know, what are your guys' next move after hearing this story? leave a comment below and tell me exactly what your plan is to start your entrepreneur journey. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one.